Hi, I'm Mozaun McKibben from Whitesboro, Texas. Today we're going to talk a little bit about the versatility and the ranch pleasure. If I'm looking for a horse to start as a versatility horse, one of the first things I'm going to look for is looks. One of the classes in the versatility is a halter class, so they've got to be able to stand up at the halter. We have 5 different classes in it. Really there's 7, there's just 5, but there's halter, pleasure, trail, cutting, cow horse, reining, and roping. And so that deal's got tough enough now that you've got to have a horse that'll be in the top 1, 2, or 3 in every division to be able to win a class. And so if you don't have one that'll stand up in the halter, it kind of shoots you out of the all-around picture. The next thing I look for in trying to find a versatility horse is one that's athletic. They have to have a lot of cow in them. 2 of our events are cow events with the cutting and the cow horse. So that's something that's natural to a horse that you can't hardly put in them and be good at. So they have to be bred to have a lot of natural cow sense and be natural on the cow. And then probably the third thing that I look for, and is probably the most important one, but is they have to be quiet, because we have to do the trail class, which they have to go over and through a lot of different obstacles, and they need to be quiet and not scared of them while we're doing it. They also need to be quiet and be a good mover for the pleasure class. So those are kind of what I look for when I'm looking for a versatility prospect. Oh, it takes tons and tons of time. It's so hard to get a horse to go do all of those different events and be good at all of them. And like I said before, that deal's got tough enough now. If you're not in the top 3 in every one of those classes, you're not going to win it. You're not going to place in the top 2 or 3. So it's really, really hard, and it takes lots and lots of time to put it all on a horse and get them where they're good at every one of those classes. What I try to concentrate on when I'm working one of my horses, I might concentrate on just the reining today. Then tomorrow I might concentrate on just the cutting, and then work on the pleasure another day. And you've also got to school them different right before you go into every class, because I've got to warm this horse up and school him different. If I'm going into a reining class, I want him to be thinking about stopping and getting his hind end under him. And so when I'm warming him up there, when I take my legs off of him, I want him hunting that ground all the time, and I want him kind of on edge a little bit and really listening to my legs. So if I set him up for a turnaround, when I ask him, he falls right into it. And then if I take the same horse and I'm going to school him for the pleasure class, I've got to take all the stop out of him. I've got to be able to make a transition, say from a lope to a walk, and not have him engage his hind end. So it's 2 totally different things. So right before you go in that class, you've got to school these horses for that, and they've got to understand what it is that you're wanting. So it's really, really, really important to have definite cues for everything you're going to do on this horse.